Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. I'm always so happy and thrilled to have you here. Welcome to any new subscribers. It's my heart's pleasure to know that you have subscribed to my channel. Hope you find the content quite interesting and that you stay for a long time with us. I do upload on Mondays and Thursdays. I am today wanting to honor us girls. It is March. The month here in America is Women's History Month. And on March 8th every year is International Women's Day. Now, I'm going to drop a little link about both of those dates, both of those events. March 8th is International, and then the month of March here in America is Women's History Month. I think it was recognized in 1987 by then President, who was our president then? Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan. I'll drop the links in the description box to give you a little history, a little information on, but both of the days actually recognize women and our many contributions to our world, to our planet, nurturing our children, discoveries we've made, changing the platform of what work looks like in the workplace, gaining strides along the way, going into fields in which there were predominantly men at one time. It's also a time to recognize women as women's sister friends, as your favorite aunt. I'm everybody's favorite aunt. Trust and believe, I love that. It's a badge of honor to be called it, but your favorite aunt, your sister friend, your girlfriend, and the broad diversity by which women are girls, are ladies, are feminine, and the different strokes of a woman, I would say, by which we have to encompass all of that. By that, I mean being strong and at the same time remaining feminine. Now, if you watch my channel for any length of time, you know that I have grown to say I was a tomboy. I still have some of that fever, some of that fever of a tomboy. I enjoyed hanging out with my dad and my grandfather more than any other people. And so I carry some of that, they used to call me she's a cowboy. She's a cowgirl cowboy. So I get that. But the femininity part came along as well. And I'm juxtaposing that by the fact that many times as women, we have to remain soft and loving and nurturing and pliable, but we also need to use the courage of our strength to get things done, to set precedents, to insist on an understanding by which our gender may be observed. I'll say it that way. So having said that, we also look at the fact that in the month of October, we focus on cancer awareness, but also breast cancer. Now, men can also get breast cancer, but particularly the focus is on women. And we have, along the way, dedicated certain colors for ourselves, like International Women's Day. The colors are purple, pink, and white, I think. And so each one of those colors represents something. If I can recall, purple represents the royalty of the woman, the pink represents the femininity, and the white represents the peace, the nurturing, the emotion, all of that, but they all mean something. Having taken that into account, now it is to honor women, and I want this post to recognize we honor. I am a sister girl. I have friends that I've been friends with since elementary school. I'm a girl's girl and a guy's girl. And I don't find jealousy amongst women to ever be okay. I don't care what it is. So I'm saying that to say this, that as we grow and we develop, we should learn to be okay with another woman and her presence and her light, and not feel any sense of intimidation by her. That is often too common, where I see this jockeying for position, jockeying over that guy. jockeying for a place in the workplace. The mean girl ways that we all often have seen in movies even. There's a movie called Mean Girl. The treatment of other women is what I'm addressing here. And that while we want to embrace ourselves on days like this, I still have to look at the fact that the way we treat each other of the same gender at times is not always royal, is not always feminine, is not always kind, and it's not always spoken. You just kind of have to get it. You kind of see it. And that's not okay, girls. That's not okay, ladies. That's not okay, women. Because we have enough other things in our lives that which we manage. And while men may say they'll take care of that, we often want to take care of it because we want it done our way, I'll say. So we have a lot of other things that we are juggling in life. Why are we concerned about each other's turning an eye and looking sideways and copycatting? I can't stand it. I don't like copycatting. And the things that we do to one another to lessen the light of a person. Well, let's get this understanding about lessening the light of another person. When you even try to lessen the light of another person, your light by default becomes dimmer because you lose some of it. There's no purpose in that. Everybody has their own shine, their own gifts, their own purpose. They're not to compete with you. No one can be better at being you than you. This is why copycatting never works. This is why to learn something from a person is one thing, but to want to be in competition with them because of it is another thing. All of that, what I call catty girl stuff, that unfortunately we know it's common and it's true. And so I'm seesawing this topic of women's achievement for Women's History Month with women's treatment of women on a day-to-day basis. Let's just be better cowboys, cowgirls. Let's just be better tomboys, tomgirls. Let's just be better at loving our own person, ourselves first. Because in most every good, loving, appreciative, power couple situation I've either been in or have known about, the person first loved themselves. And there was no competition with the other person because my goal is that you do well. My goal is that you aspire to have that by which you desire for your life. And I am not to block that. I am to enhance that as your partner. And so I feel that I'm not really on track with specifically, I want to say on this in behalf of Women's Month, because I don't want to take away from the elevation of women. But everything about this month is about recognizing the achievements and the elevation of women. And we don't get down to some of the things that we shouldn't do anyway to make that elevation easier, is what I'm saying. We shouldn't block one another. We shouldn't girl gossip. We shouldn't mean girl. We shouldn't roll the eyes and turn the cheek. We should be an open door for that person. And I would say, and no one's perfect, but I would say that all of my friends would say of me that I'm the same person with all of them at all times because I'm a girl's girl. I want them to do well. Every time they succeed at something, I want to be there to celebrate it, and it's genuine. I'll end this with saying this. Last week I saw a post. Now, this is a person I do know, and I do know well. So it's not like, you have 1,000 friends on Facebook, 1,000 followers on Facebook or Instagram or something. Like you don't really know that person. But this is someone I know. And I was catching up because I do tend to get behind social media. And it's a she. And she posted, "Gosh, I hate it when people say must be nice. You must be nice you did this, or must be nice you do that." Because they give no thought to how hard I had to work to get that, and how I had to struggle, and how much I had to grind, and how much I had to do this, that, and the other to get that which you're just simply saying must be nice. And tons of comments started coming that they all agreed. I know, I hate that too. I know, I hate that too. And when I read it, I was kind of shocked because I have said before, "Oh, that must be nice." And it's always been complimentary. So right then and there, it showed me the difference by which a person can interpret a comment. And so I could have said that to her and it could have been offensive and not even known it if I hadn't read that. Now, I was just going to read the comments and just pass it by and have learned something to say, people take things differently. Because people have said that to me. It must be nice to this, it must be nice to have that. And I would always take it as a compliment. I go, look, because nothing comes to anyone just by way of whimsical wishful thinking, wishful thinking, daydreaming, fantasizing. Nothing comes to you. You had to do some work to get that thing. So when they say must be nice, in my mind, it's a compliment by which all of your efforts have now paid off. Look at you, I'm thinking. So when I read these comments, I thought, people think that way? And there were so many of them, I thought, they're not different. I'm the one who's different. They all agree. And I never saw it that way. So I made a comment. I said, this is interesting. Thank you for sharing this with me because I've always found that to be a compliment. I always thought that it was kind of like, you go, girl. I always thought it was a nice thing to say. I'm going to have to reconsider that. And when I made that comment, other comments started coming in line with mine. I too. Now no one has said it that way before. All the other comments were in line with the actual post you made. So the point I'm making is you just don't know what to say anymore. And it's almost like you have to be Switzerland and remain silent. But for me, one of the comments that was made on from what I posted was, yeah, you would because your personality is that. So yes, you're always your personality is to be happy for a person. So I guess it's just who it's coming from. I guess it's who it's coming from. But we need to be gentle with one another, is what I'm saying. And if by chance someone would say to you, like in that example, that they were offended by that, and you can't possibly understand why, because you were genuinely being happy for them, take it upon yourself to offer the apology and just say, just like I did, that's really interesting. I had no idea. Because women often hurt each other unintentionally, didn't mean to, but you don't know by what I would say traveling route that person heard that comment you just made. So let's be gentle with one another. And happy Women's Month to every woman and every sister, every aunt, every friend, every buddy, every cousin, every wife, every grandma, and every woman that you know. Honor them and respect them and love them. And remember to speak gently so that they don't get offended by that which you said. You had no idea, no intention to hurt them. Okay? So there you go. Happy Women's Month. If you've gotten this far, please click subscribe. Bring your friend with you next time. I love you. Have a good one. Bye.